Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. Local sports report tonight on Thursday night. I'm your host, Coach Tripp, along with my buddy, Coach Hobbs.
Peace.
Mark Hobley. We got special guests. As you can see on the screen, Harley Thompson is joining us for local sports. It's what we call local sports, but we cover NFL, college, and high school football. And Harley's been on radio with us for a long time. And brilliant guy, man. We talk basketball with some of that prediction. I'll never forget that NBA prediction he had. But
Yeah.
Harley, what was that? It was the
Gold.
Yeah.
It was in the finals. I think I could be wrong here. I think it was the Bucks versus Suns, probably in 2021. I couldn't tell you exactly what the prediction was, but
The big man. You predicted the big man took over the series, and he
I
did.
think so. Well, not a very hard prediction. Giannis was dominant at the time, and he still is.
Yeah, you're right. That was a great prediction. Harley's great on the radio. All right, he's a Browns fan. We're going to get to the Browns game, but let's kick it off and start right away. Some good games here in week 2 in the NFL. Of course, my sort of hometown, a good friend of mine is a big Bills fan, and she's in the new documentary that they're doing on Bills fans. So shout out to Donna Hartnett. Bills at Dolphins, critical AFC East game on Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night tonight. So talk a little bit about the Bills-Dolphins matchup.
Well, I think that's going to be a really good game. You know, the Bills had a really good game versus Arizona, and it's kind of hard to gauge whether that's a telltale sign that the Bills are kind of on the decline or if Arizona's on the incline, because, you know, we finally got a healthy Kyler back. So that could mean that the Cardinals are going to have a solid season. But, I mean, I didn't really see anything special about the Cardinals in that game. The offense was fine, but, you know, they failed to utilize Marvin Harrison, which was a big point of emphasis. Right. You know, but the defense didn't look all that special. But Kyler looked solid. So that being said, I don't know if that's a testament to the Bills being bad or the Cardinals being good. But either way, you know, the Dolphins also came out to a slow start versus Jacksonville. But they kind of got it together in the second half. Their defense showed out. Tyreek Hill got arrested, 3 hours before the game. And still, was explosive. Honestly, I think the Dolphins are the more surefire team here, and I would expect the Dolphins probably to take this one.
Good prediction. Good prediction. At home, Bills, Dolphins. All right, that's an early matchup Thursday night. Saints and Cowboys. A lot of local Saints fans around here. Yep. Cowboys look good. Of course, Dak signing his new I want to say $1 billion contract, but they're not far from it. $5 million more than the next highest paid guy. I thought they would get it done, but I didn't think the contract would be that rich.
It's like every other week a new quarterback becomes the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. It's insane.
Right. All right. So I don't know. I like the Saints played outstanding week 1. The Cowboys had a big win too, but I'm going to say Cowboys in a squeaker. This is might be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout.
Well, the Saints obviously had a good game, but winning 47-10 against the Panthers at this point, I honestly don't know how impressive that is. Just give it, I'm not even that dominant of a win in any professional sports league is impressive. Right. But the Panthers, I feel like half that game was the Panthers just giving up on themselves in the first quarter. So I think the Saints showed that they can be solid, but I mean the Cowboys, they were playing one of the most dominant defenses in the league last season, the Browns defense, and the Cowboys just embarrassed us. I'm a Browns fan. Yeah. Horrifying loss, but I mean the Cowboys look great, no denying it. Dak, got his money and he showed out. The defense looked incredible. The Cowboys are definitely. I think the Cowboys should easily have this.
Good pick. Who you got, Hobbs?
Saints played well last week. Go against the Saints this week.
Good momentum. I like the momentum shift. I'm a big guy on college football momentum picks too. All right. Well, we're not talking much about some of the other games, but let's talk Giants at Commanders. Jeremy Reeves' team. He's still a special teams guy, but he's solid on that team. They didn't look too good the first week, but they're against the Giants. How do you look up that matchup at 12 o'clock on Fox?
Well, honestly, not too much to write home about with either of the teams in week 1. Honestly, I was hoping for more out of the Giants. Daniel Jones made his return. Last season, suffered an injury, looked bad before it. Huge contract the year before. But anyways, Daniel Jones looked awful. The Giants just pretty pitiful performance versus the Vikings and Sam Darnold, of all players, at quarterback for them. So, I don't know. The Giants look terrible. The Commanders didn't look great either, but they were playing a more formidable opponent, and the Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers.
Right.
I think, if nothing else, I liked what I saw from Jaden Daniels. Solid performance. He showed off his legs a lot, decent arm. I think the Commanders have more upside, and that's why I'm going to pick them.
Yeah, great pick. Me too. I'm with the Commanders on this one. Hobbs?
Yeah, go with the Commanders.
Yep, good pick. All right, Chargers, Panthers. We just talked a little bit how pitiful the Panthers have been. Bryce Young, like you mentioned earlier off the air, Harley's not getting much help. He hasn't improved much, but they're trending down. Chargers are trying to find their way. Talk a little bit about this matchup.
Honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot to say about this matchup. The Chargers, they've had their struggles, of course, between, coaching difficulty and injuries and all that. But the Chargers are still a solid team on paper. Justin Herbert is, don't be fooled. He's still an elite quarterback. Solid performance week 1 last week versus the Raiders. I mean, the Chargers have plenty going for them, and the Panthers do not have a lot going for them. So, the Chargers, this could be a 20, 30-point win for the Chargers.
Absolutely. 12 o'clock. Good pick. 12 o'clock on CBS. Hobbs, who do you think?
I like Justin Herbert in spite of his coaching.
Yes. Ooh, the coaching. Ooh, good. Oh, there's a little digger there. All right. Let's talk. Coaching's a big deal, even in the NFL. All right. So let's go over Browns Jag, my old team, the Browns, and your favorite team against Jacksonville. The Brownies. Where are they? Where's the dog pound, man? What is happening? Is it quiet? Is it quiet up there in the dog pound?
I'll tell you what's happening. We're wasting our entire franchise on Deshaun Watson. We gave him $230 million guaranteed, the highest contract for a quarterback ever. Yep. And it's just gone downhill from there. Before he got hurt last year, there was an ever so small slice of hope. And then, I was honestly really looking forward to it, but he comes out this season just a disgusting performance. And then following that atrocious performance, another lawsuit came out. Watson's probably having the worst week of any quarterback ever right now. As a Browns fan, it's almost humorous how bad it is. It's like the most Browns situation ever. And not a whole lot to be excited about with one. Jerry Jeudy was surprising. That's about all I got. The defense didn't look like the defense we know and love. Obviously the Jags suffered kind of an implosion in the second half and lost, but they still showed a lot more promise versus the Dolphins and the Browns showed versus the Cowboys. And honestly, I think the Browns are going to be so down on themselves going into this week. I think the Jags, they're a safe pick here.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I hate to see our Brownies down.
I'll tell you, wait till we get Nick Chubb back, though.
Yeah, and get the quarterback situation. The defense is still young and good, man. They got a lot of years left in them. But yeah, I'm with Jags on this one.
As long as Trevor Lawrence is at the Jaguars over there, the Browns will always have a chance to win. So
he's
a turnover machine. So I will. Maybe one of those Pensacola boys will pick one off this week.
Yes, there you go, man.
Pick one off. But I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to take the Brownies. I think that the pressure's on the Jags this year.
Yep.
Yeah, it could definitely go either way.
Yeah, all right, good reasoning. Raiders at Ravens. Ravens, I think are they trending? Are they both trending up or are they trending down, Harley?
Well, I'll tell you, the Raiders, I don't think they were trending much of anywhere before the season started, but they're not really going neutral. They're not really going anywhere up. And nothing to write home about in the opener versus I forgot who they played. But either way, I tell you, they lost, and it wasn't very pretty. The Raiders are in kind of a weird transitional stage. Not a franchise quarterback, not an aging quarterback. They're just kind of there right now. And the Raiders, the Ravens, obviously they did lose, literally by like an inch of a foot. The Ravens still looked incredible. It was a great game versus the Chiefs. They still have an unbelievable roster. Isaiah Likely with an incredible performance. Lamar looked like an MVP. The Ravens should easily pick up their first win of the season.
I agree. In a romp, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got a couple left. Bengals at Chiefs. Chiefs look like the Chiefs. Bengals did not look too sharp. That's kind of concerning. They're obviously been trending down since Joe Burrow's been injured. And the Chiefs are just, if their A game is on, nobody's going to beat them.
Exactly.
So that they can bring their B game and still beat the Bengals by 10 points.
Well, I think the Chiefs are easily primed to be the, three-peat Super Bowl champion here. The Chiefs, there's no denying how good they are, but, I'm not ruling out the Bengals just because of Week 1. They commonly struggle in Week 1. This isn't new for the Bengals. A particularly ugly loss this time around. I don't think anyone thought the Patriots would do anything, but, solid performance by them. But the Bengals usually have a slow start. If Burrow stays healthy the whole year, I think they'll find their groove. That being said, I think the Bengals could pull off an upset, but I feel pretty comfortable in the Chiefs here.
Good. Yeah, and a close one. The closer than people think, maybe. Burrow plays good.
I think.
All right, next Monday night, Falcons at Eagles on ESPN. Interesting matchup. Eagles pulled out a win. Falcons, what did they do last week? Lost.
They lost to the Steelers 18-10.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, the Falcons, I was really looking forward to the Falcons this year. I was hoping that under new management under new coaching, I should say, the addition of Kirk Cousins, I thought, Pitts might get more targets and they might, everything might gel together better. It was sad last week. I was really expecting more excitement out of that team, but it's just not a great game. Kind of sloppy on both sides, but the Falcons only able to put up 10 points with their new offense. The Falcons, I'm not ruling them out by any means, but the Eagles, really strong performance and tough circumstances too in Brazil. Saquon Barkley, everyone was, I don't think we were sure if Saquon was going to be that player we know he can be, but I mean, what a performance versus a solid Packers defense. The Eagles they looked on top of it, and I think the Eagles should. I think they're going to be pretty dominant. I think they'll take this win.
Yeah, what an offseason transaction to get Saquon Barkley.
Absolutely.
One of the top 3 or 5 running backs in the league on the planet. So that just helps them in every aspect. Awesome, Harley.
Yes,
great addition, man. Great first episode of the year. We can't call it Kids Corner anymore. Maybe Thompson's Takes. Yeah, something like that. Teenage Thompson's Takes or something. We got to come up with a name, man. We got to come up with a name.
I appreciate the consideration.
All right, yeah, we'll do it. All right, Harley. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, see you later.
Peace. All right, it's Harley Thompson.
Wow.
Yeah, Thompson's Takes, we'll call it. Man, he's really brilliant. A smart kid, got insight, knows the game.
Yes.
All right, so let's transition here, man. Let's transition to college football top 20. 18 games we're going to pick this week, Hobbs. I know it's a lot, but hey, it's the first week of the year. We usually don't do anything first 2 weeks. 14 are double-digit favorites, so it's not going to be easy because we still don't know these teams too well. But let's kick it off and start up with Georgia, 24.5-point favorites at Kentucky, 6:30 on ABC. I can't go against the Bulldogs. They're in a class by themselves right now.
Ooh, 24.5 is a lot. I'll take the home team. Take Kentucky.
Okay. You got Kentucky. Texas is rolling, everybody. UTSA, University of Texas at San Antonio, is not going to be able to keep up. It may be 35-0 at halftime. I just don't see how 35 points in Texas in a romp. Texas, 6 p.m. on ESPN if you want to check it out.
Ooh, it's hard. I'll take Texas.
Yep, Hobbs is with me on this one. Ohio State's got a bye. Alabama, 16-point favorites at Wisconsin. Alabama did not look that great last week. Wisconsin's 2-0, 11 a.m. on Fox. I think the Tide gets it rolling, beats them by 22.
Take the points. I take the points.
He's taking the points.
Yes,
all right.
This
is where Hobbs and I start separating right here when it comes to Alabama picks. Because I'll pick them like 98% of the time. Hobbs will pick them 2%. All right. Number 5, Ole Miss 2-0, 23.5-point favorites at Wake Forest, 5:30 on the CW network. I'm going to take Wake Forest to stay within 3 touchdowns. Ole Miss.
I like that pick. I don't trust Ole Miss yet.
No, not yet. Is right. All right. Next, good number 6, Missouri 2-0, 16-point favorites hosting number 24 Boston College, 11:45 in the SEC network. I am also going to pick the underdog in this. I'm going with BC to hold within 16, lose by a touchdown.
I like that pick.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
he's with me on the lows. Now I go hard, heavy favorites. I'm sorry. I just don't. I go hard, heavy favorites. Oregon, 16 points at Oregon State, 2:30 Fox. Oregon's too strong for him. I'm going with Oregon.
I like Oregon.
All right, and then the next one, Miami's pulling Ball State, no line on that. USC is off. Utah, 20-point favorites at Utah State. Utah's, I think, is that much better. I'm going Utah.
Yeah.
All right, Hobbs is too. Oklahoma State. You never know about Oklahoma State. They lose games they shouldn't lose to, and then beat pretty good teams. Oklahoma State has looked good, throwing up 40, 50 points. Tulsa's pretty tough. 19-point favorites at Tulsa. 11 o'clock on the Deuce.
That's an Oklahoma. I'll take the points.
You'll take the points. Not a bad bet.
Two Oklahoma.
I know. I was struggling that one too. Yeah. Kansas State 7.5, hosting Arizona Friday night, 7 o'clock on Fox. So I couldn't decide on this one, but Kansas State looked better the first two games.
I like Kansas State.
All right, Oklahoma is hosting Tulane. Of course, Tulane almost had an upset last week. 13-point favorites. That's why they're only 13-point favorites at Tulane, 2:30 on ESPN. I think Oklahoma gets it rolling, beats them by more than 2 touchdowns.
Yes. Yeah,
all right, LSU. LSU is 1-1, only 7-point favorites over South Carolina. South Carolina looks great, but South Carolina also is not consistent and loses to teams they should not lose to. 11 o'clock on ABC. I don't think LSU has the team. I could be wrong. I could underestimate Brian Kelly again, but I'm going no, I can't underestimate it. LSU, go LSU. Tigers.
South
Carolina?
No, I'll go with you on this. LSU.
All right.
I'll go with LSU. It's hard.
It is hard. That's a hard pick for us, both of us. Yeah. Michigan 1-1. They're really mad at last week. They're going to take it out on Arkansas State. 23-point favorites. Michigan in the romp.
I'll take the points here. I'm not sure if Michigan can score 23.
They did look bad. Notre Dame didn't look great. The first game, they're 10-point favorites at Purdue, and maybe that's why I'm taking Purdue.
Of course. Hobbs
is too. He's taking the points. We like those points. All right, now we got some of the local teams of interest. Northwestern State is 35-point underdogs to South Alabama Jags. I think they'll beat them by 50. I'm taking South Alabama.
I listened to a little of that game last week. South Alabama started out a little slow. Yeah. I'm going to take the points in this.
No, that's a lot of points.
That's 35.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, I can't argue with you. Memphis, 6.5-point underdogs at FSU. I struggled with this one. I'm just not a believer in that FSU quarterback. I think he's gone backwards like he shouldn't. I don't know. FSU's I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Memphis is playing well, but 6.5 points. Hobbs, I know you're going with the Seminoles.
I don't ever go with the Seminoles.
Oh, you're not?
I don't ever go with them.
All right, you're going with Memphis.
Right.
Wow.
I never go with the Seminoles. I never pick
because you don't pick against your team.
I don't pick. They don't pick.
Yeah, because it's a win-win.
My team.
All right. Troy, 22-point underdogs at Iowa. I know Iowa struggles to score 22 points, but Troy's 0-2, and they're not the Troy of past.
They're still better than Iowa.
Are they really?
They're better than Iowa.
All right. I had Troy circled. I had Troy.
Than Iowa.
Can I change my pick?
Yeah, change your pick.
I'm changing my pick. I like Troy too. Man. State, Iowa can't even score 23 points.
They can't.
How can you be favored by 23?
Right. You can't even score.
All right. New Mexico is 28-point underdogs to Auburn. I think Auburn's found some offense. I don't think Mexico is going to stand for it, especially in Auburn. I'll take Auburn to cover.
Did New Mexico beat them last year? I think they did. And so I'll take New Mexico.
Good pick, Hobbs. Good pick. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Texas A&M started out 4.5 early in the week. Now it's by Wednesday, it's coming down to 3.5. I don't know, man. I think Texas A&M is still in a transition. I like their coach, but I want Florida to win so bad here because they're going to lose a bunch. And they're trending down.
Yeah,
but they are at home. Can't they pull out one win, Hobbs? Hobbs says no.
Not happening.
If I always pick Florida and they lose, and I lose my bet, and I'm like, why do I ever stick with the Gators like that, man? But hey, for my Gator fans out there, this is the last week I'm sticking with.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the last one if they don't come through for me. So I'm picking Florida to win. All right, thanks. All right, that wraps up college football. It's our picks.
Let's get to the important stuff.
Let's get into the important stuff, the high school games. That's right. Thursday night, Navarre at Mosley. Navarre has not been the Navarre of past. I'm taking Mosley at home.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, Navarre upset Mosley last year in this. It won't happen this year.
No, it won't. Jay Wells is gone. Fort Walton Beach is playing a little bit better the last week or two at Booker T. Washington, who's playing a little bit better as well. They got to win. This is a tough matchup. I think it's going to be a one-score game, but I'm taking Fort Walton Beach.
Exactly.
Sorry, Allie.
I like your pick. I think it's going to be less than a one-score game. I'll take I believe Washington gets 2.5 because they're at home. It might help them. I'll go Washington.
All right, on the total win. I hope they do. I hope Washington. All right, Friday, Bay at Escambia. Escambia is too strong at home. I got them.
Yes, sir.
All right, Choctaw at Pine Forest. Choctaw is badass. Pine Forest is still trying to find their identity. Choctaw over Pine Forest.
Oh, yeah. Choctaw quarterback's hurt right now, and that's why that Crestview game was a lot closer.
Oh, okay,
yeah, he's hurt right now, and Pine Forest did put up a little not a bad fight against Niceville over there, but I don't expect Pine Forest to win this football game.
Nope, Gulf Breeze at Pace. Good game. Don't know much about Gulf Breeze, but I'm going to take Pace in a close one.
Well, Pace had a week to get ready for this game here, and I think they'll be pissed after losing to Catholic. Yeah, they'll handle their business.
Yeah, good point. West Florida at Walton. I'm going to take the home team, Walton, over West Florida.
Yeah, that's the only thing because Walton's at home.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, me too. That's right. Milton at Tate. Tate's really, really improving. Milton hasn't gotten over the hump yet. I'm taking Tate in by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah. Tough out for Milton here. Let's hope they get it going. And let's hope Christian Neptune comes back. He should be one of the most exciting players around here. So we can't wait. Get him healthy over there, and let's get him back for the playoffs.
Yeah, good point. If that ankle, that sometimes it takes 2-3 weeks for a sprained ankle to heal itself. So especially a high ankle sprain. So maybe hold him out this game. PHS at Destin. PHS in a romp. A.G. Floyd runs for 300 yards.
Well, he ran
for
250 last week.
He ran for 200. We told you guys last week, man. Watch this kid.
Yep, 250 last week.
Come on.
At Destin's got a problem right now, and they're probably going to give up at least 300 yards. Now, PHS has a week open after this, and then they play Bay. Don't be shocked that Pensacola High wins this district here.
Nope.
So
they got to beat West Florida and Bay.
They got to beat West Florida and Bay. Don't be shocked.
Don't be shocked.
So we told you that a couple of weeks ago. Don't be shocked there. Let's go with the Tigers.
Let's shock the world, guys. Shock the world. That's what I like to hear. That's what I tell everybody when I told them to Tate. All right, so here we go. Central at Northview. West Summey gets win number 3, I think. Summey's going to number 2. They're going to beat Central in New School.
Yeah, we'll go with the Northview group here in that one there. So
Chiefs win. Baker at Jay. Wow, this is the game of the week, right?
Game of the week.
It's Coach Matt Brunson is back at Baker, and Jay is loaded. And, man, this would be a good game to go to and watch.
Yes. Coach Keith Bragg might be up there in Jay, Florida this weekend. But right now I have to go with the Jay Royals. I think they're probably the most underrated team in that north end of the county up there. I look for Jay to knock off Mr. Bronson.
Wow, that's going to be great, man. I wish I could go to that game. Catholic at Montgomery Catholic, right?
Yes, sir.
Traveling to Montgomery.
Yes.
Catholic will take care of business up there, but it's going to be closer than people think.
Yes.
Maybe 40 to 35 or 40-30 something.
Well, I think it'll be a kind of a low scoring game.
Do you?
Yes. If Catholic does what they need to do. Montgomery Catholic, they played Andalusia. They beat T.R. Miller by 10 last year, 24-14 in the playoffs. So you got to think that Catholic's already played really good teams around here. So I would think that Catholic's played the better team.
Catholic ain't playing T.R. Millers.
Right. You ain't playing T.R. Millers.
All right. Good. Yeah, good week. Good week, man. Thanks for coming over, Hobbs, for local sports report. As be taking a little bit of time off, and so catch some reruns next week. But thanks for watching, and Shoot, we'll catch you on the rebound. Thanks for
Yes,
watching
sir.
Coach's Corner Local Sports Report. I want to thank Harley Thompson for coming in. Have a great sports week, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Go to a game.
So long. Yeah, go to a high school game.
Go to a high school game.
All right. That's all we can plug. Oh, like and share with your buddies.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Barnes Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Alabama football, serving the entire Pensacola community for over 50 years. Barnes Heating and Air is passionate about providing customers with world-class air conditioning and heating repairs, sales, and installation. Barnes Heating and Air is family-owned, insured, and committed to quality. For a free estimate, call 478-0141. Barnes Heating and Air is #1 in customer service with service calls 7 days a week. Call Barnes Heating and Air, 478-0141, and roll Tide.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.